So here's the deal. If you are a follower of Jesus, here's what Jesus wants you to hear today. You give them something. You give them something. Whoever comes through those doors, you give them something. The people sitting around you at church, you give them something. The people you might interact with, either the pew or the foyer or in the parking lot, you give them something. What? What do we give them? I want to share 4 suggestions from our story today. First, would you just give them a welcome? Would you personally just make them feel welcome? You see, a welcome is really sharing the Spirit, demonstrate the Spirit. Hey, we like you and we're glad you're here, right? And a real welcome comes through conversation. Jesus saw them, he smiled, and he said something and made them feel welcome. See people around you, smile, and make them feel welcome. Give them a welcome. Can I suggest, number 2, would you just give them a willingness, like a willing heart, a willingness to serve? I kept thinking about this text, and I'm like, what did the disciples really have to offer? Nothing really. And then I kept thinking as I'm preparing this message, Mark, really, what do you have to offer? Nothing really. And then I'm reminded, you and I are only to give others what we've received from him. And can I suggest that you be ready to give a word of the Lord? A word of the Lord. Now, an encouraging word of the Lord. And here's what I want to encourage you. I think every time you come to a gathering at the crossing, whether it's Bible study or preaching, I think you ought to come ready with this attitude. All right, Lord, what do you have for me today? But then be ready to share that with others. That's encouraging. It really is. And one more, worship. When you come into this place, I want you to be ready to worship him. The disciples started this story thinking about all that they had done. But they ended that day. They ended that day in humble bowing in worship of what he just did. Worship. Listen, worship happens in here. When I get my eyes off of everything I've done and I focus on what he has done and what he is doing and what he's about to do. And that fuels the joy in my own soul that then can just spill over and splash on everybody I interact with. Amen?